Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Mall channel, your source for on point and no hype reviews. We are back again, everybody. We're back with another fragrance review right here, guys, on my lovely day off. Today is also World Series, guys. Can't wait to watch it a little bit later when I wake up. But before I do all that, I'm going to talk about this latest Parfums de Marly fragrance. And as you all know, this is a house I respect and love. And so, of course, we're going to tackle this fragrance today. Let's go. Now, before I continue, please do not forget to like and subscribe, guys, okay? Liking, subscribing, and watching the ads is a great big deal to this channel, especially that we are headed towards 24K. So please continue all your support, guys. Deep dive into my over 700 no hype videos. I got a lot of Parfums de Marly reviews in my library. So all you got to do is search them up, guys, okay? Thank you so much for all your support. And the fragrance that we'll be talking about today is none other than Parfums de Marly Palatine. Yes, Parfums de Marly Palatine, guys. And this is a femme fragrance from the house, as you can tell from the bottle design. This is the typical femme bottle design for Parfums de Marly fragrances. Now, this fragrance, I kind of fast-tracked this one because I had a subscriber say that, you know, this fragrance has been gaining a lot of hate, a lot of not so good reviews. And I'm looking towards you, Troy, to give an unbiased review on this scent. And I was like, oh yeah, definitely, because I ordered this alongside the other decants that I got on the latest package, guys, okay? So what is up with this one? What is the concept of this fragrance? Parfums de Marly Palatine is actually about Princess Palatine of Versailles. And basically, this princess apparently was a courageous and confident woman. And so basically, the fragrance has something to do with those qualities. It's supposed to be a fragrance that'll make you feel confident and courageous and all of that. Maybe smell like a princess, you know, stuff like that. I don't think that it's that deep into, you know, what Princess Palatine was like. I'm pretty sure this is just really just the name really mixed with a little French history, right? So anyways, yeah, there apparently has been some bad stuff about this fragrance. But as always, I will give you guys my full breakdown and my feedback on this fragrance. Enough talk. Let's go spray this thing right now. Okay, guys, now let's talk about this fragrance right here, Parfums de Marly Palatine, the latest femme release from the house. Now, this opening is pretty interesting. You've got the notes of pear, bergamot, mandarin, and the early appearance of prominent lavender. Okay, lavender is listed as a mid-note, but no, it comes out as early as first spray of this fragrance, guys. Now, obviously, you have a medley of pear and citruses. Now, let me tell you this, that, you know, this fragrance right here, the pear and the citruses are juicy and fruity, but not necessarily tart. And that is something that we see sometimes with a lot of citrus and fruity notes in the beginning. You've got a tartness, a sharpness that comes out, which is not really what you get here. You'll get really a very mild, sweet, calming pear note. Even the citruses, the bergamot and the mandarin, are not really sharp and tart. They're actually sort of like the cutting notes within this very calming pear fruity note. And of course, let's not forget the lavender, guys. Lavender, uplifting, calming, relaxing. Definitely the purple, one of the purple things in this fragrance that has a purple bottle. But ultimately, it is a mixture of a lot of mood calming things. And when you have the pear and the citruses together, it gives off, not gonna lie, this baby cologne vibe. All right, for me, that is what I got. Kind of like a very somewhat fresh but calming baby cologne smell with the fusion of the pear, the mild citruses, and the calming lavender here in the intro of Palatine. Now, after 30 minutes, it actually gets slightly powdery. And I believe that this is from Iris, all right? It's not listed. They just listed a floral bouquet in the mid, but I'm pretty sure iris or powdery iris is a big part of this mid. And it does mix with the lavender, no duh. It's kind of like an obvious mix. And the thing about this mid that, you know, again, so you got baby cologne in the beginning, and then once the 30 minutes hits, you got some powdery iris mixing with the lavender. So now you've got basically like a fabric softener kind of vibe. So, I mean, I can see now where a lot of the trash talk is and maybe the bad stuff, because yeah, really, for me, I got to smell a baby cologne vibe that got into fabric softener vibe shortly after. Okay, so that's what happens. Slightly powdery, 30 minutes into this fragrance because of the iris. Now, heading into the mid, I would say like 1 hour in, you've got the candy-like violet petal. And the violet here is the candy-like one, like I said. I feel it is the continuum from the initial sweet fruits. And this is your candy-like violet that cuts through those calming smells. Also, another note that cuts through the calming violet and powdery iris is going to be your jasmine, okay? One of the most popular solar floral notes out there. Definitely you will smell that white floral jasmine in this mix right here, okay? I really believe it's jasmine and iris that's really part of this floral bouquet. And then, of course, you have the candy-like violet cutting through it, and the calming lavender continues into this mid. Now, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, my first impression was, okay, this is a mood-setting type of perfume, all right? First off, if I spray this really outside in the daytime, I feel like the airiness and some of that subtle sweetness, that fruitiness, that kind of is that baby cologne smell will kind of make me feel fresh in the beginning. And then eventually I will get a calming, you know, comforting feel with the powderiness and the uplifting lavender that comes in here. So it's very much a mood setter. And I think that that will be the ultimate selling point of this fragrance. It's not the fact, you know, it's not the ingredients or the transitions that to me actually are kind of not so good, but it's that mood that it does once you spray this fragrance. And I really believe there will be a lot of women that will get their mood corrected. They'll feel really, really nice with the intro of this fragrance. Okay, so now let's talk about initial sillage and projection of this fragrance. This fragrance is definitely a lingering scent. Okay, you can definitely smell it around you, but it is not a loud projector. I would say that some people will smell you maybe like 4 to 5 feet away, but that's about it. You know, partially this is for the wearer and then maybe people immediately around the wearer, but ultimately, like I said, this is the one that sets the mood, puts you in a nice light stance. And I don't know if this is like a princessy thing, because I didn't feel like it smelled royal or expensive, but it seems like something that maybe a princess that's, you know, not really part of the royal throne, kind of like one of those like lower ranked princesses would wear, or maybe a young princess, you know, maybe somebody that's maybe a kid princess would wear as her perfume, because like I said, it is a combination of baby cologne and some fabric softener vibes, but it's not like royal or expensive smelling, that is for sure. That is what I got in this fragrance. Okay, so now let's head into the dry down of Palatine that starts to me in the 6th hour. And by hour 6, really the strongest component of this fragrance, I would say, is the watery musks. All right, because I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe there's that vanilla there that would turn it into some sort of comforting, like fall, winter type fragrance. But actually, the vanilla here is almost nothing. I mean, there's a sweetness in there, but really it could have also been the musk, like a sweet musk. But there is maybe some slight vanilla. But it is really watery musks. Definitely I expected this coming. Plus some woods, plus some light patch. But ultimately, it's really watery musks and woods, okay? That is what you get on the dry down, which makes this fragrance kind of like a still continuum of light, not so curvy, not so gradient, not so thick. Definitely something that is kind of like just above you like this, kind of like a nice surface level type of scent from start to finish, because the end of this fragrance is definitely just watery musks and woods, guys, okay? So there's no gradient, okay? This thing goes from kind of uplifting baby cologne vibe to fabric softener calming, some violet, some florals lingering around, and then watery musk. So there's no, I mean, at no point in this fragrance does it go into a thick fade to black ending. So again, this is something that can be worn pretty much in the daytime while the sun is out. Okay, so what do I think about this fragrance right here? Parfums de Marly Palatine. Okay, and you can see my reaction all throughout this fragrance. I'm definitely not impressed by this fragrance. It's not about I'm not impressed, but it's more of like, you know, I expected more coming out of a Parfums de Marly release, okay? I respect this house so much that when they release something, actually even something so simple such as Greenly and Sedley, you know that it's still like there's something about it that makes it a Parfums de Marly, whether it's the mix of it, the overall feel, the blend, the usability. It really makes you, you know, expect something magical every time there's a Parfums de Marly released. And maybe, you know, the femme side is not their speciality, okay? But to me, I would say that this right here, you smell it, you get baby cologne plus the fabric softener, maybe some jasmine, light musks and woods. And I think that if you know Parfums de Marly, you'd say that, man, this is not something that they would release. This is something that maybe Bath and Body Works would release, or anybody, any company that's on that same range, you know? It's too simple to be considered a $375 perfume, you know? And again, maybe this is made to capture the boutique people that will smell it and just say, oh, wow, this smells really, really amazing. But I think that for perfume people that collect perfumes and, you know, you're in the middle of saving up for your next bottle, I'm not quite sure if this is actually a $375 perfume. At the most, I'd probably just get like a 5 ml decant just in case. But again, I would actually spend time and go to like a Victoria's Secret or a Bath and Body Works to see, you know, what their latest lavender floral release is that's kind of fresh and cologne-y. Because I guarantee you, there's something out there that smells like this. And this is where they kind of missed the mark. I mean, I like perfumes that have some simplicity, but this is just too simple for it to be a $375 Parfums de Marly. Now, definitely something that is a plus about this fragrance is the usage. All right, definitely. I can see women using this a lot because it's kind of like a Bath and Body Works thing. I mean, my wife has her own Bath and Body Works thing, and she sprays it whenever she wants to all the time. But guess what? Those things are like, what, $15 or something? $30? I mean, at best. So, you know, there's no hurting by spraying all of this. This thing right here is quite expensive, and it smells like those. So, I don't know. I mean, like I said, this is like a spray anytime, anywhere, outdoorsy, mood calming, mood setting, I'd say. But dang, I don't know. This thing definitely is not worth the price for what it actually is. Okay, that's one thing for sure. And the biggest knock about this too is the performance. Guys, this thing right here, I had to overspray it to even make it last up to 10 hours. Because on my normal spraying of this, it didn't even last that long. Okay, so on the second, third wear, I wore this out. I added some more sprays just to see if this thing would get to maybe 11 or 12. But no way. This thing faded away at the 10th hour. And maybe you'll smell it here and there. That's because it's watery musks. You know, it's watery musks and woods. There's nothing heavy duty in the dry down that would actually make this thing smell stronger and longer. Okay, so it's definitely gonna die down at the 10-hour mark. So with all that being said, is it worth $375 to me? Absolutely not. please, women, take a trip to your Bath & Body Works or Victoria's Secret, because I can guarantee you there is something like this. And that is it. That is my really short review on Parfums de Marly Palatine. Okay, hopefully Parfums de Marly, you guys can improve on the femme line as much as your men's line, because your men's line, they're killing it. All right, I mean, every single men's line fragrance from PDM I really like, and I'm a guy. This one definitely, I can, imagine this being on, I don't know, something like my daughter would wear. My daughter is like, 11. She might wear this, kind of like she's the Princess Palatine, But again, I wouldn't pay $375 for this. So hopefully, Parfums de Marly will improve on their women's line. And if their asking price is $375, deliver something that's worth all of that. Not just look at the usage, you know what I mean? Not just look at, oh, this can be used anytime, anywhere, because they got some pretty, they got a lot of competitors that are actually way cheaper than them when it comes to women's usability in perfumes. All right, so that is it. That is my no hype review on Parfums de Marly Palatine. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think of this fragrance. I'm sure there's a lot of women that will chime in on this, and we have a growing base of women subscribers or those that love femme perfume. So thank you so much for following along and trusting my content, trusting what I have to say about these things. No hype, no hate. Like I said, I'm not hating on PDM. I just wish they did a lot better. Comment below what y'all think of Palatine. And until then, I will see you guys and gals on the next video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. God bless. Take care. Peace.